Pam Africa is coming up to speak here, and I want to give you a little background on what's been going on. A few weeks ago, Pam and I sat down, talked to a couple other folks, and we wrote up a very polite letter to write the Today Show, because we knew that the Today Show, NBC's a major show, was planning on having Maureen Faulkner and Michael Smerconish to be on their show this Thursday, December 6th, the day the book is going to be released. We wrote a polite letter, said, hey, you're showing their side, show our side. We want equal time. Just be fair. You don't have to take our side. We want to have somebody representing us. That was about 2 weeks ago. We started an email campaign. People have been writing the Today Show. And then Pam met with them this past Friday with a scheduled telephone conference. And so I'll pass off to Pam. Nobody knows who Pam is. I didn't introduce her. People probably do, but Pam Africa is the head of the International Concerned Family Friends, Mumia, abu-jamal, and
the Minister of Confrontation for the MOVE organization.
Yeah, and so I guess we'll have Pam talk about what's going on with the Day Show and about this event we're organizing for December 8th.
Okay, very clearly, we contacted on the Today Show the executive producer, Mr. Jim Bell, and we were told to get in contact with Jacqueline Levine, who was the head of the news department, who was handling the story. When we talked with her, she asked us to send her information. This was 2 weeks ago. We emailed her a lot of information, a very extensive packet, which is a part of the news pack here, right? Mm-hmm. And the news packet contained an article by Covert Action on the Sam Donaldson hit piece on Mumia, showing the unfairness on it. And a lot of the information that you've heard here today, they was presented with it. What struck us very important about this Today Show that didn't happen in 1999 with the 2020 show was that we had weeks to prepare. When the 2020 hit piece came out, we knew nothing about what was going to happen here or anything. But we hold on to information. So when the Today Show came up, we had packets of information to send them. I had a conversation with the people from the Today Show, Jacqueline Levine, on Friday. She listened to the information, and we explained to her that we had heard over the internet, and I see it also in the New York Post, that we were demanding that if we could not be on the show, then they wanted that we was demanding that the show be canceled. That is absolutely not true. We thank them for the platform, because without their platform that they provided for us, you would not be getting this information the way that you're getting it today. And we will continue to put out that information. Now, they have not contacted us back, but it's been they keep saying that we want to have a confrontation. On that particular day, we're not looking for confrontation. The only thing that we're looking to do is to put out information. They can either do what's right by giving us fair, equal, and just time. When I talked with Mumia, he had called one day last week, and I was telling him what was going on. And we knew that we would have to give them, because they asked us, who would we want to be on the show? So Mumia suggested Linn Washington, obviously, and also Professor Suzanne Ross, who heads the New York Committee for Mumia. We all thought that those are very good choices. We gave them that information, and I believe that they looked at the information, and once they found out what it was that they was dealing with, people who are thoroughly equipped to deal with this issue, because now we sent them background information on them. When we called them, I've been calling them ever since. I haven't got any answer. And it's being said that, maybe they're not answering because we decided to say that we're going to pick it. Well, that was 9 days later that we decided to pick it. And I think it's time that people understand that this government, using corporate media, is laying the groundwork for a murder. And we have evidence to the contrary. This isn't about some widow and a book where she want to tell about her memoirs with her husband. This is about killing Mumia. She clearly stated this in the Sunday newspaper. This is her objective. And a lot of people was asking me, how do I feel about Miss Faulkner? I know for a fact she sat in the same courtroom that I sat in. She's heard the same information that's been, put out here. So I'm saying, I know for a fact that this woman is a liar. I'm not a person that will try to dress something up in a way that it's not. This woman had got caught lying. In her very first article, when she talks about Mumia, she talks about Mumia selected his own jury. That is an absolute lie. And Michael McConnell, who is a lawyer, who know better, allowing these lies to go out. So, what are we going to do here? We're going to demand that they give us equal time. And equal time do not mean that Maureen Faulkner and the Faulkner family have 11 minutes or whatever they're going to give her, and then they say, well, you can have a 1.5 minute response. That's not fair, and it's not equal. What we're asking, for fairness and equal, is that the following day, since they're going to do the 6th, and it's about the book, there's been several books that's been done. Mr. Schiffman did a book on this case. Mr. Lindorff, I said, did a book on this case. I'm saying, if it's going to be fair, put the other side on. Mr. Washington have information about what's going on here. Let's be fair. A murder is getting ready to take place. If they're stating that Mumia killed Faulkner, let's have both sides on here. And it's not like, in a courtroom where the judge, if you spoke up about the injustice that's happening, because a lot of people got locked up for contempt because they really couldn't take what was happening here. The rap of a gavel, people are thrown out the courtroom. But now here we are on the street, and we're talking about the Today Show, and now they're already setting the groundwork for police to come in and to stop people from passing out information. Journalist for Mumia has hooked up a one-piece, two-sided document, is what we intend to pass out, and other people want to pass out information. Linn Washington must be on that show. Susan Ross must be on that show. But we're not just talking about the Today Show, because there's other shows that's going to happen. The O'Reilly Factor. I want to point out that we as, I know me as a woman and a mother cannot sit by and allow a situation like this to happen. We have an incoming mayor and an outgoing mayor. We have an incoming police commissioner and an outgoing police commissioner. The outgoing police mayor has stated very clearly that Mumia didn't have a fair trial. But every time he opened his mouth and say that, he's a victim of governmental terrorism. The police go into the newspapers and they say things like, they put pressure on him and he back up. Mayor Streets told me very clearly, and his son, Sharice Streets, said, my father did not say that Mumia Abu-Jamal killed Mrs. Faulkner's husband. As she said, the mayor said the exact same thing to us. But he said, I have to debate. And this was 2 years ago. He had to figure out whether he is going to say something about that now. That was then. But I'm saying right now, this man must speak out. He do not have the right not to make a comment. We're talking about Mumia's life. If you're stating that Mumia killed Faulkner, then as a mayor, you better put it up there and show it. You have an obligation to this community.